So I've been recording fewer of these because I've been really busy. Right now, I am fucking exhausted. I still have I still have a ton of work to do. Oh man. Oh shit.
So there was this one day back when I was living in Los Angeles where I was out having lunch with my friend, and we parked outside, went inside, had lunch, and it was all cool and dandy and everything. And when we came outside, my car was gone. It had been towed. And when I realized that it was gone and I realized that it was towed, it excited me in a positive way. There was this really strange feeling that I had that was like, kind of like I was about to go on an adventure, or just, I don't know. There was just something exciting about this conflict that had arisen, and the whole rest of the time I was like really excited. I was like, yeah, like this is cool, and I remember even like laughing about it with my friend, and it was just, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. The rest of the day was really fun, going all over the place. Of course I didn't want to pay, whatever, couple $100 it was to get my car from being impounded. But the journey of having to go get it back and having to kind of go around town and stuff, especially because it was a neighboring city, not the city that I lived in. It was like I wasn't really familiar with their whole system and everything, so it was like totally new to me. That was exciting, and it was fun. It was legitimately fun. Usually I tell that story to people as a sort of illustration as to the kind of horrible time that I was in just during that time, because I just had very little to do with myself, and I felt that I just was lacking a lot of purpose, and a lot of things I was just kind of waiting on, because I was pretty much preparing to move to Texas, so there wasn't exactly many things I can set up while I was at home, or at least I felt like there weren't many things that I can set up or get involved with, because I was going to be leaving. But now I look at that story, I look back at that time, that day, as like a sort of precursor to a mode that I've been in lately, and I see that it was maybe just kind of like this state of mind, or this like way of thinking that was dormant in me. And there may be other times besides the day that my car got towed that can illustrate this sort of state of mind, but that's the one that I can only really think of as a clear-cut example of, like, here was a matter of me deciding to perceive this situation however I felt, and so respond to it in a way that wouldn't really hurt me any more than it did, because at the end of the day it only really hurt me financially, and I didn't let it stress me out in any other way. I used to look back at that day, and I used to kind of reflect on that story in a way that made me a little embarrassed, because I felt that was maybe a sign of just me being at a really, really low point, to the point where any conflict was exciting to me, considering how dull and how stagnant my life was at that time. But now I'm kind of looking at it as like, yeah, that was actually maybe a strength that I have, that I'm starting to see in myself on a day-to-day basis. That's making me really excited about everything, really, and it's enabling the shit out of me. It's enabling me to do so much more. I've done so much more in the past couple months. I feel like this isn't really happening, but it almost really feels like over the course of the past like 7 or 8 months or so, my life experience is compacting and doubling in on itself exponentially. Kind of like every day I'm increasingly more confronted with conflict, and so am made to analyze and be very introspective and critical on myself and my ways of being, to make me grow and to solve those problems. God, what a jumbled thought that was. Anyways, yeah, I just thought that was kind of exciting. I don't know what made me think of that right now, but yeah, these videos are happening less and less, and I feel like I may have mentioned it before, maybe I haven't, I don't know, but I've been wanting to mention that these probably aren't going to be happening as much just because I've been so busy. I think I did mention it. And that's a good thing, because before I felt like maybe I was beginning to rely on these too much, and maybe these were becoming my preoccupation. But I guess that wasn't the case. I was probably really just, yeah, like sincerely benefiting from them, and so kind of needed them more often before. It's like I'm seeing my shrink less because the therapy's working. So anyhow, okay, that's it.